Hello and welcome back to my oldest request so far. It's been a while since I made some videos, and this is my oldest request so far, and I'm gonna start with it. So I received a cool request actually three days ago by Mr. Actually, this is his username, or this is his channel name. It's that Kringy car channel. Yes, that's the username. I received a cool comment that is saying, can you make a Nissan VG33E replica? I've searched the internet and I found that the VG33 V6 engine, or the VG versus V6, is an amazing V6 actually. It has been used in a lot of good cars and bad cars as well. There is also a twin turbocharged version, a supercharged version, a naturally aspirated version, mechanical fuel injection version, single point fuel injection version. Apparently Nissan have tried every possible kind of fuel injection on this poor V6 here, and apparently the requested V6 was this version, the VG33E. And this version of this V6 have been used in the Nissan Pathfinder and a lot of SUVs and normal sedans. It's a good, reliable engine, and I tried so hard to make it as the real deal, as the real engine. As you can see, it's a 60 degrees V-shape, 6-cylinder engine, cast iron block. Yes, I'm using the same Nissan materials as I found on Wikipedia. Cast iron materials, 91.5mm on the bore, 83mm on the stroke, which equals 3275 cc precisely. Single overhead camshaft with 2 valves per cylinder, aluminium head material. Yes, aluminium with cast iron heads. Apparently that's what they used back in the day. No VVL, cast iron crankshaft, and this is weird. They used forged steel, or heavy duty forged as they call it in automation. They used forged steel connecting rods. I'm not really sure why, but forged steel connecting rods are, so they can make the engine, rev higher. But I think they used the forged steel or heavy duty steel or heavy duty forged connecting rods so they can make the engine more reliable, so they can make the connecting rods more durable, more heavy duty. And well, I'm gonna use them because apparently that's what they used in this engine back in the day. Now moving on, it's Nissan used cast aluminum or cast aluminum pistons, so I'm using normal cast pistons, zero quality as you can see, and the compression ratio was a little bit low. It's 8.9 to 1. I also used 35 on the cam profile, no VVT technology. This engine was very much basic, +5 quality here. I had to use that so I can make the perfect amount of power and torque as the real engine. Naturally aspirated, of course. Multi-point fuel injection, single throttle body, standard intake manifold with 91 octane fuel. 13.9 is the air fuel ratio, and 88 on the ignition timing with 6000 RPM limit. I'm using short cast headers with 1.8 inch exhaust diameter or 44.4mm. As you can see, I'm using 3-way catalytic converters, no first muffler, only a second reverse mufflers as you can see on these twin pipes with +3 quality. And this is the final result: 180 horsepower at 5800 RPM, 202 pound-feet of torque at 2800 RPM, like the real engine. As you can see, the engine is very reliable, has good fuel economy to it. The service cost is cheap. I'm using nearly all the octane. The engine is clean. The emissions are not that high. The engine is quiet, but still has that great noise to it, and it has medium smoothness, good and normal throttle response. So it's a perfect normal engine for daily driving use and daily driving reliability. Now let's fire it up. Let me show you the graph first. As you can see, this is the graph, or this is the power and torque graph. As you can see, no signs of warnings or any kind of fail. As you can see, as I mentioned before, the connecting rods, the heavy duty forged or the forged steel, as you can see, the pistons can only rev to 7,300, but the connecting rods can go all the way to 8,300, which is weird. They should match it with the pistons, but apparently they use that to make it more heavy duty, because of course you don't want your connecting rods, you know, to fail. As you can see, it looks very much normal from the inside, nothing special. Single overhead cam, 2 valves per cylinder, normal looking pistons, just these forged or heavy duty forged or forged steel, whatever you want to call them, connecting rods. They look magnificent. Actually, I like this shape. The shape of them is, you know, you look at them and you think that they are really heavy duty. I mean, look at them, they are thick, they are wide, they are thicker than the normal cast ones. That's what I mean, and they are made from forged steel, and forged steel are much better than casting steel. I mean, now I see why Nissan made a lot of versions from this engine, because this engine has a lot of potentials. I mean, this engine with a little bit of modifying will make, I mean, really respectable horsepower. I mean, if you can just bolt on a better headers with a bigger exhaust system, if you can switch it from naturally aspirated to twin turbocharging, it will make a ton of power. And of course, the other version of it with the dual overhead camshaft, or the other version of it with more valves on the pistons, will make a ton of power. And moving from EFI to DFI will sure make it much more powerful. I'm really sure of that, and I'm really happy to make this kind of you know, legendary and reliable engine. I mean, some of you or some car enthusiasts will look at these engines and they will say, oh, who bothers with these normal boring V6s or inline 4s? But I promise you, a little bit of modifications, they will make ton of power. Not all engines, of course there are a lot of crappy and boring engines that they will never make any kind of power, and unless you open them and change the internals of them. Of course, there are a lot of these engines, but this one is from the savable family, that you can, if you have one of these engines, just a little bit of modifications, you will make it fly. A better exhaust system, a better intake manifold, a better tune on the ECU, and maybe using a higher octane fuel on it. If you can change the ignition system to a better one, change the spark plugs to a better spark plugs, of course. If you can change the camshafts to a higher or a more aggressive, you know, sporty camshafts, you will have a ton of fun with these engines, because they are extremely reliable. I'm really happy with the end result. So thank you so much, Mr. Dat Kringy Car Channel, for this cool request. I hope that you like it, and I hope you guys that you enjoyed this video as much as I did. Thank you so much. If you are new to the channel, get subscribed, hit that like button if you enjoy it, share the video if you want to share it, and keep requesting those cool engines, because I'm really happy with your cool requests. And I'm gonna see you very soon with more videos, and goodbye for now, my friends.